morning. My name is Captain Koki Mutungi with Kenya Airways. With me this morning is First Officer Paula Morari, and we'll be flying the Dreamliner, the Boeing 787, to Kinshasa in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is our dispatch area. It's basically where we come and pick up our weather and look at our flight plan for the route to expect today, and any information that we need to have for the route regarding things like weather and notices to airmen. And this is where we decide the fuel and how we're going to carry on the flight.
Good morning again. My name is First Officer Paula, as introduced to you by Captain Mutungi. I'll be the first officer on the flight to Kinshasa on the Dreamliner. We're just about to do the walk around, the pre-flight around the aircraft, so come with me. This is the engine intake. General condition of the blades, all looking good, no chips, no dents, and the whole inlet area. We have static ports on the right as well, not blocked.
We are parked at stand number 7, straight for, we'll push back and taxi out by Juliet, Golf and Kilo to the holding point runway 06. This will be a standard company left seat takeoff. We shall reject for any master caution below 80 knots. Between 80 knots and B1, we'll reject for fire, failure, separation, obstruction on the runway, or many predicted wind shear, or anything that may render the aircraft unsafe to fly. In case of stop, I will call reject, close the thrust levers, and deploy speed brakes. You will monitor deceleration and liaise with ATC, and no action until we come to a stop and parking brake is set. We'll then do the recall items followed by the non-normal checklist on my command.
Thrust rack.
Check.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. And nav engaged.
Check. Heading select.
Heading select.
Kenya 470. Kenya 554. Good morning. Radar contact on departure. Continue climb flight level 380. Direct to upload.
Okay, plan flight level 380. Flaps coming up.
Okay, flaps up.
Paula.
Execute uplock.
Execute.
And LNAV is available.
LNAV, please.
LNAV out. LNAV engaged.
Thank you.
After takeoff checks, lights are off. Passenger signs is on auto. After takeoff checklist is complete.
Thank you. Okay, to your left now, you can see Lake Victoria. It's the largest freshwater lake in Africa, and we share it between 3 countries, Tanzania, Uganda, and Kenya. We're currently on the Tanzanian side, coming up to the city of Mwanza. Been with Kenya Airways coming up to 19 years now. I was the first female pilot that they had. I got into flying from interest I developed at a very young age. I was flying from about 2. I was very fortunate. My dad was a pilot with the airline as well, so he'd take us along. I initially started at the Kenya School of Flying, where I did my PPL, and proceeded to the US and did all my other ratings, my CPL and everything else. Came back to Kenya and applied after a very rigorous interview process with Kenya Airways. I was their first female pilot, and here I am today. When I joined Kenya Airways, I was initially flying the Fokker 50. The process here is you work your way up the ranks. You start as the first officer seated on the right side, and you work your way up the ranks. And then when you get to the biggest aircraft in the fleet, you move back down and start as a captain and work your way up again. And now I'm on the Dreamliner.
I became a pilot quite by chance. None of my relatives fly, so I didn't ever fly until much later. I guess my first flight was in flying school. I didn't ever fly as a child. I guess just out of the interest, I pursued it, and here I am. I've been with the company now 4 years, and the previous aircraft I flew was the Embraer jet. So I did all my training in Kenya, my initial training, the PPL, private license, and the commercial pilot's license. It's quite a blessing, I would say, quite by chance. It so happened that most of us in the company who were on the Embraer were there for quite a while. So when it was time to move, this was the next slot for us to move to.